not slow. That was a 135 clean, man.
Okay.
Woo! That felt slow, but I was... Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dawson with Primed Defender, and I just wanted to hop on here. I get a lot of questions about my draw from the AIWB position, right? So that is appendix inside the waistband, and how you get a sub-second draw. So one of the most important things is cutting out all of the wasted motion. Anytime you're trying to do anything, the fastest way from point A to point B is going to be a straight line. So if you're adding a bunch of movements in there, you're not going to be as efficient as you could be, okay? And really when you start cutting out that wasted motion, you'll find that you don't actually need to move as fast as if you're trying to move really quickly, but you're adding in a lot of motion. So for instance, one of the things that we see a lot is maybe as you draw, you're bending over to the side here and then coming out. Or maybe you're going backwards like this and then coming forwards. Or maybe everything's staying pretty good here, but then you do one of the tactical turtle things and you lean forward a little too much. And for one, you're getting rid of your peripheral vision. You're kind of giving yourself tunnel vision in that instance. But you're just adding extra motion that you do not need. The goal is to get the gun out of the holster and up to your eye line without moving the rest of your body, right? You're just moving what you need to get that gun to where it needs to be. This is something that is very important if you want to have a very fast and efficient draw, especially sub-second. And then when you try to start pushing that even faster into, you know, below a 0.75, which is something that I can very consistently do. So I'm going to show you guys the method that I use. Now, first of all, we have to be able to clear our cover garment. So whatever that is, if it's cold outside, you're wearing layers, you have to be able to practice with whatever clothing that you're going to wear. For instance, right now, we just have a t-shirt on, okay? So for me personally, being a shorter statured individual, I cannot do some of the same things that other people do, right? A lot of people will come up kind of right above the gun and they'll grab here and they bring that up. When I do that, I end up having to bring my hand up and like try to punch myself in the chin, which isn't very fun and it's not very efficient for me, okay? So what I actually like to do is I start lower and I scoop the shirt up as I'm coming up. Now, people can say this is less consistent, but they're not quite doing it how I do it, right? So I scoop the shirt up and then I come in between where my mag and my gun is here. So let's say I didn't get that shirt on the bottom, I can scoop it up still right there if I have to, right? But if I do catch it, I'm just right there, okay? Also, one of the things that you want to understand is how your body works. So the faster I move this hand, the faster this hand is going to want to move as well, right? So if I'm moving this hand really slow, it's hard for me to be extremely fast with this one over here. So if I move that one fast and I get everything out of the way as quickly as possible, then I can get this hand to the gun as quickly as possible as well. So let's talk about establishing your grip. When you establish your grip after you cleared your cover garment and you come up to sternum area, you can go a little higher if you want. One of the things I don't want to see though, and I'll just add this in here, is don't bring it up and then ride the shirt down and then bring the gun back up like this. That's something that I don't necessarily want to see. What you want to do is bring it up to your sternum level here as quickly as possible as that gun's out of the holster. This hand right here should beat the gun, meaning all you do is drop the shirt, the gun is out of the holster, you drop the shirt, this hand should already be ready to receive the gun, okay? So you want to get this hand to the gun as fast as possible so that you can now start to build your grip, right? The recoil management comes from your support hand side, right? You really want to kind of crush that gun. We'll get into that in a different video, but right now, so we've cleared cover garment and we're trying to establish a grip. What I have found to be more consistent is not to try to stick my thumb behind the beaver tail. I found that I've been very inconsistent when I try to do that. Now, there are some caveats to that. Say you have like a 2011 or a gun that has a large beaver tail on it, you do things just a little bit differently. But for this gun right here, and for most guns and striker fired guns, you can get away with doing this, and I find it to be the most consistent. The reason being is when you're stabbing behind, there's too much things that can kind of disrupt your thumb. And then also, if you are trying not to move your body and you're practicing this a bunch, you're going to end up tearing the crud out of your stomach. I can guarantee it when you're jamming your thumb behind that gun. That's where you see people that really try to rock back or rock to the side because they're trying to pop their gun out just a little bit to be able to get their thumb back there. Again, we don't want to add that extra movement. So we go straight to the gun, okay? Now, where my hand ends up, or my thumb ends up, is right there. So you can see the webbing of my hands kind of draped over the back of that beaver tail. My thumb is right to the inside of my sights. Now, once I get to that position where I'm here, that thumb starts to come over immediately as I'm pulling the gun out of the holster, okay? So that thumb now comes over. I have a very nice high and tight and consistent grip. This is already here, dropped the shirt, and this hand is ready to meet the gun. So as it meets the gun, I come in and grab or put this pointer finger here onto my middle finger on this side, right? I don't aim for the trigger guard because you could hit the trigger guard here and still hit the trigger guard here, 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 whatever, right? I want to aim for a small point, which is basically the knuckle of my middle finger on my strong hand or my dominant hand. So I aim this pointer finger there, and then I build the grip as I'm coming up, and now it's locked in. Locked in. So I'm here, locked in. Here, locked in. So that is something that is really important. I differ from a lot of people in that. I tend to follow more of like Brandon Hetzler with J3 Tactical, which if you guys have not followed him, you should go follow him because that guy is an absolute savage from inside the waistband. The dude is just a beast. So I do suggest going to follow him. He definitely helped me out in this journey. By far is probably one of the most or biggest people to help me out there. So anyways, beside the point, go check him out. Now, I come to the gun and I don't drop my shoulders down and then bring the gun up. I don't drop my shoulders down. I'm not saying you can't do that, but for me, it adds time and unnecessary time, okay? So I want to, again, be as efficient as possible. So I get my hand to the gun, my thumb is on the inside of that sight, come out, and then I'm up. Now, one of the things that I don't do as well is come up and then over and drop down. And what I also don't want to do is bring it down and swoop up. Now, there may be times that you use the one where you kind of drop it down like that, just depending on the scenario, situation that you are in. But what I like to do is, again, I'm here, gun comes out, and immediately as it comes out, it is beginning to point towards the target, build the grip, and I'm out. It is a straight line, right? It doesn't go up and over, it doesn't go down and then swoop up. It is a straight line, okay? That allows me to get a consistent draw, and that dot comes up into my field of view every single time right where I want it to. So this is something that helps me be consistent and get a sub-second draw. Now, again, the biggest thing that we can do is cut out all of the wasted motion, right? We want to have good economy of motion, meaning that we are very, very efficient. That'll allow us to actually be able to move slower, but have faster times. In fact, some of my fastest draws that I've had, right around that 0.48 and half second mark from inside the waistband, I thought that I was really slow, and I looked at the time and I went, wow, that's not slow at all. And it's because I was just smooth and efficient with my draws rather than really trying super hard, getting tensed up, and then adding in extra motion that didn't need to be there. Right? So we want it to look something like this, right? Just moving my hands and bringing the gun up to my eye line. So moving hands, gun up to my eye line, right? That way I'm not bringing my head down, doing the tactical turtle, adding extra motion there. I am just moving my hands, bringing the gun up to my eye line, my dot is there, and I'm able to do whatever I need to do. But I'm cutting out all of the wasted motion. I'm not leaning back, right? I'm establishing my grip and bringing that gun up to my eye This is something that's really important. Guys, I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. Like I said, I'd like to have a conversation with you. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down there in the comments. Share this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Stay prime.